So we got asked a really good question on YouTube comments, and that was asking for what are the best certifications out there when it comes to health and fitness coaches and personal trainers. And this was where we straight up want to say your clients do not care what certifications you have.
If you think that going out and getting a certain certification that you think is sexy because it's sexy to other trainers, it's all of a sudden going to make you a god among your clients. The reality is none of them care at all, and none of them actually even know what any of these things mean, right? Any of these accolades or course name. I see it all the time in people's Instagram bios. The entire bio is just listed as certifications, and it's okay. Nobody like if you're trying to impress other trainers, fine, but really
that's not your job. Totally. I remember a really common question when I was a face-to-face PT. People would sit down in our first consultation and like, Chris, what systems do you use? What methods do you use with your clients? And I really got to a point and I would turn around and say, if I was to take you on windy walks and read you poultry, but you still got the results that you want, would you care? And they'll be like, no, I get the results I want. Exactly. That's the thing. I'm going to use what's needed to get you the results. And this is where you as a trainer and a coach need to have the experience and the expertise, but this is where you shouldn't get caught up in trying to go down some fancy lands of certain certifications. And we want to walk you through what we think is the absolute best and how to actually put you on the yellow brick road to get the results that you want. So when getting started, the real basics is you just need the actual certifications to be able to get insured and to get started. Now, I'll be brutally honest, these certifications, like I know, say specifically in Australia, your Cert 3 and Cert 4, they're the bare bone basics. Don't think you're going to be a good coach or a trainer from something like that. That is literally just to get you into the room, and then you need to actually go much deeper and deeper and deeper. I do actually highly recommend, especially for Australians, going to Recomp, what Damon Hayhow runs. I think he does a fantastic job, especially when it comes to what do you actually need to get insured. I highly suggest, and we'll actually pop a link below for you to be able to check out what Damon and Recomp are doing as well.
So when looking at certifications specifically, okay, I want to actually discriminate between the difference between certifications and something like an internship or a camp, okay? A lot of the time, well, in my case and in your case too, right, you get so much more value out of going to hands-on camp or an internship or whatever, like what the MI40 guys are doing right now.
Yep.
For example, Ben Pekulski, I know for a fact that is such an awesome program that they have in there, right? And it's not necessarily a certification, but the amount of applicable specific knowledge that you get out of that, okay? So it's not broad strokes and broad spectrum is so valuable, right? And so
actually, sorry, real quick, really good point. Now, there is a big difference between getting credit points towards like your insurance and actually getting knowledge and wisdom to get your clients' results. I used to write courses for Fitness Australia that would give credit points. So I actually have written courses that was on hypertrophy, that was actually on Olympic lifting, that was on nutrition as well. I'll be brutally honest, I knew very little when I actually produced those courses to what I actually know now. And what I actually gave was good, but I was like, look, compared to say like I3N nutrition, precision nutrition, that kind of stuff, like that is so much better as well. Do they give you actually credit points towards your insurance and your provider? No, and I don't think that you should actually be focusing on that. You should just like tick that box, then you should go, how do I actually become the best coach possible?
Yeah, and being the best coach possible is extremely just relative to what it is that you want to focus on, right? If you want to be, a top world-class coach that focuses on the nutrition aspect of things, then don't waste your time on anything other than going directly towards that avenue. So
I3N nutrition.
Precision nutrition is great for more of the general health population stuff, and go seek out mentors and courses and internships, but mentors are even going to be more valuable. And one of the things for me, and the biggest pieces of advice that I can give, is whatever niche that you want to focus on, okay, whatever you want to get good at, hire a coach to train you, okay, that's world class in that.
Yeah, oh my God.
Seek out the best in the world, hire them to train you specifically how you want to develop yourself as a trainer, right? So if you want to be an awesome competition prep coach, then first of all, you better do a bunch of competitions and work with the best of the best in that field.
I'm a total dummy. I stumbled upon that, honestly, and that was the thing. So I've had Eric Ledkin as one physique coach for me, Mark Coles, one physique coach for me, Justin McGuire, one physique coach for me, and then I've went and had like one-on-one, I've paid for one-on-one consultations with Andy Bell, with John Meadows, with Charles Poliquin, with Milos Sarchev. Like I've paid for, and they were the best pieces of information. I can go to my computer right now and pull up those couple of A4 pages that I typed out and just be like, this is pure gold compared to so many other certifications that I've went and done. And you walk out after like 1 or 2 days and just be like, what am I actually practically going to put into my business right now? What practically am I going to use with my clients? There's a lot of theory, but practicality is not much there.
Yeah, exactly. Like doing something like that, right? You can go in with a specific topic, specific question, get exactly what you need, right? And then go implement it. Now, some certs and internships are better than others, right? So some you'll go in, it's very, very general. Some they are based in practical implementation systems, right? And how you can actually convert theory into practice.
Yep.
Who do we want to feature here?
Okay, well, I'll just say from experience from myself, there was one point where I goes, I just need to go to the best people around the world. And at the time, it was a huge investment for me. Like money-wise, it took a lot from me. And so like living in Sydney, Australia, what I did was I went and flew to Canada. I went and spent a week with Francine Savard. I went and spent a week with Christian Maurice, which thankfully they were in the same town. I then also went and did a I did PICP level 4. Then I got straight on the plane after that, and I actually flew to do an muscle hypertrophy internship with Poliquin and Milos Sarchev as well in Sweden. So like I was literally traveling the world, going to see the people that I knew had the information that I needed because I needed to be a better coach. I needed to get better results with my clients, and I knew none of it had any certification points. None of it was like really something you can put on some fancy board or anything like that. It was just information that actually practically I could use straight away.
Yeah, and get better results, and therefore be able to showcase those results, and therefore actually be able to improve and grow your business, right? Certification that you go do, you get some points or credit towards your insurance or whatever, but if there's no actual applicable practical knowledge in there, then it's really not going to progress your business forward whatsoever. It just kind of keeps you in the game.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I think one thing that we really should talk about, and that is, what is it that you want to get good at? Like we've come from the physique coaching world, but if you want to be a strength and conditioning coach, if you want to be more mobility, if you want to be CrossFit, I actually at one point I went and got my massage therapy certification so I could then go and do active release technique because I wanted to become better at the actual knowledge of anatomy and knowing the body and how it worked, but then I wanted to be actually able to use active release technique with my clients. The only problem is with that, I figured out really quickly after doing it, I hated doing actual manual therapy on clients, and I got to the point very soon after and I was like, I'm completely burnt out. I don't want to be doing coaching sessions and consultations all day, then doing manual therapy on people, and I was getting completely burnt out, and I realized I actually didn't like it. So it was a learning curve for me, but then you've just got to get really clear now. What do you want to get good at? Who are the best people in the world for you to be able to go to? Now, let's actually talk some certifications and what we recommend. For me, when it comes to nutrition, because I think this is absolutely key and vital if you're dealing with people, I think precision nutrition and Iron 3 nutrition is going to be best, especially with what Jason Phillips is doing. When it comes to actual training, Mark Buckley and what they're doing with FMA is amazing. I think that is they should be one of the gold standards when it comes to understanding training and especially strength and the form of rehabilitation coming into training as well. What else do you think?
Certifications, resistance training specialist, that's a great one I know of. Muscle activation techniques, that's also a solid certification, so you can have much more in-depth knowledge behind what it is you're doing, even when you're programming for people. So
Stretch to Win I think is fantastic. Even great. The Czech Institute, like what a lot of they're doing. So like when I first started, I was very in the whole like Czech world. Everything was like on Bosus and Swiss balls, but that's not really what it's about now. And I do think there is a lot of validation between what Paul Czech is doing and how much information and wisdom they've got as well. I think that's a great course. It's kind of like rounds out a lot of stuff that people don't know.
Yeah.
Do that.
So other than courses and certifications and internships and whatever, there's so much information that's readily available at your fingertips right now because we're in the age of the internet. All right, and so it's one thing to go read blogs and articles and stuff like that, but where I get the most value is going, again, towards the best of the best. And so a lot of times there are available resources out there right now that you pay like $10 a month, okay, and you have this jackpot of knowledge. So just to list off a few, Alan Aragon's research review, he just had his 10-year anniversary like yesterday or the day before. It's been around for 10 years. That's one of the best resources on the internet. So focuses largely on nutrition, also some training stuff in there, but just covers the latest research and breaks it down into layman terms and how it's actually practically applicable nowadays or in your practice or with yourself.
Yep.
The Mass magazine or Mass subscription, okay? Eric Helms and a couple of other guys run that. That is basically just focused on how to look as savage as possible as pertaining to the latest research. Again, it's just a massive research review, all the latest studies on specific topics, whether it's training, nutrition, or supplementation, how to get huge and shredded, but in a very, very, very scientific backed environment. Now, some subscription sites with specific information and videos and trainings and stuff like that. Hypertrophy Coach, Joe Bennett, he's doing a great job with that. He's doing more and more and more. Jordan Peters, if you are just concerned with getting as huge as possible, that is an awesome resource as well. He has videos covering every conceivable topic. Examine.com has a research review on all things supplements. Precision Nutrition even has a research review. So there's online resources that are at your fingertips right now, and you pay between $5 and $10 per month for them. So take a look at all of those, see which ones are going to be most applicable to you and your focus, right? And start educating yourself. Self-education is so important, right? If you just passively wait for certification or something to roll around, right, before you even start learning or applying things, then you're falling behind because there is so much available out there right now at your fingertips. Now, you also can't fall into the trap of taking in too much information. We talked about that on the last video, where, again, have laser specific focus on what it is you need to learn now or what it is that you need to learn in order to implement, right? Recognize your weaknesses, go out, seek that, and apply it. Don't get too flooded with all this information all the time. I've been that guy in the past who spend like 5-6 hours a day just researching and taking notes and stuff like that, and it'd be on like 10 different topics.
It's not about it's not about what you know, it's about what you do at the end of the day. So it makes it really simple. So what we'll do, the full article that will go along with this episode, we're going to list all the resources out when it comes down to it. So you'll be able to click, you can go to their website, check them out, make sure that you get laser focused on exactly what it is that you want. Now, really importantly, I want you to be able to comment below, and I want to know what it is that you want us to be able to shoot for our next episode. What question do you have right now when it comes to your business, so we can give you exactly what it is that you need, because we have a ton of episodes that are coming your way and we want to make sure that we answer exactly what it is that you have. So thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you joining us, and we're really looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.
I want to make sure that you get the most out of being here, and I want to hear from you. So if you've enjoyed this episode, click like and make sure I can send you the new episodes each and every week. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Also, I really want to make sure that I'm giving you exactly what you need. So comment below. I want to know what you're going to take away from this episode. And the best conversations after every episode always happen in the Breaking Success Tribe. I'll pop a link below for you to join the free group so you get access to the guides, the live streams. I'm in there answering your questions personally each and every day, plus you get all the episodes as well. So thank you so much for being here and joining us. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the next episode.